How do you date when you're a single mom with 2 kids?
I'm a single mom. Of course no man is ever going to want me because I have too much baggage.
If you don't want to end up heartbroken, there are 5 things you need to know before you date a single mom.
It's not a privilege to raise another man's child. It's a debt trap you signed up for.
My name's Amanda. I'm a single mom in my 30s, dating again. Let's talk about dating apps.
So the one thing I hate about my ex is what an amazing person he was to me. And let me tell you why. Being a single mom is honestly like a really hard place to be because
Being a single dad is hard as well, but these guys are simply toughing it out. Kindly subscribe to the channel, as it is our sole form of support. Thank you.
Oh, I'm single. Like, I can spend the night single. I might get a phone call, 20 notifications, and send a few snaps. But I'm still single.
Is there, or do I need to make one, a dating app for single parents, like a good one? Because from where I'm sitting, there is a huge community of amazing people who are raising kids by themselves, who want a partner, who have amazing characteristics that people would look for in a partner, and they're not finding each other. Do I need to get on this?
I just have a question for the men who get on here and bash single mothers and say that we are disgusting leftovers and we're not worthy of love and we shouldn't move on and nobody wants a woman with kids and we shouldn't date and blah, 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 blah. Why are you talking about your mother like that? A lot of you come from single mothers. A lot of you were raised by men who weren't biologically your dad. Most of you have siblings who have different fathers. A lot of your mothers remarried or got a boyfriend after your daddy left you, and that was the man who raised you. So why would you talk about your mother like that? If your disgusting leftover mother didn't find a man after your daddy left you, you wouldn't have had a father figure. And it's so weird because if a man didn't find your disgusting leftover mom attractive and desirable, you wouldn't have had a daddy. And what does that make your mom? She has multiple baby daddies.
Well, someone's bitter. I guess those comments struck a nerve. First of all, it's not their mothers that they're talking about. And secondly, that's false. Only a relatively small percentage of men come from single mothers, according to recent data. And if a man had terrible experiences with a single mother who used him for her own personal gain, it's only natural he would be angry. You have to consider that when a man is mistreated by the very person who's supposed to be a team player, it can have long-lasting effect. And that effect is the trauma that those single mothers caused by taking advantage of that man, and in some cases ruin their lives. Which is why men are advised to stay away from dating single mothers. It's only right they would be angry about what happened to them.
And it's not until you become a single mom that you realize just how hard being a mom really is.
So I'm starting a new movement. It is called Bring Back the Patriarchy. I think collectively as women, we can all say we're over this trend. Yeah, we're kind of sick of it. We want it to die, put it to rest. We want our rights back to sit at home, take care of children, and cook and clean. We'll be more level-headed, less bitchy. And our slogan, put me in the kitchen and treat me with the utmost disrespect. Thank you.
The trend of being a strong, independent woman who doesn't need a man is dying out indeed. It seems like more and more women are realizing the importance and value of having a man in their lives. But again, this realization only came along because they can't handle the pressure on their own anymore, so they resort to their last option, which is to submit to a man for survival.
I do everything alone. I miss having somebody to talk to. And having somebody that actually wants to, see me. I'm just so lost.
If you don't want to end up heartbroken or broke AF, there are 5 things you need to know before you date a single mom. Number 1, you're not her priority. She's got a kid, the kid's the priority. Kids require a lot of attention just to keep the little beasts alive and unharmed. Just the tip number 2, if she's a crappy mom, she's not a keeper. If she can't even care about her kid, She's not going to be able to care about you. Just the tip number 3, it's a package deal. Even if she's an amazing woman, no matter what, if she's coming out of a split or if she's a single mom, she's got baggage. We've all got baggage, but she's got extra baggage. Which brings us to just the tip number 4. You're not my daddy. I know if you've ever dated a single mom, you've heard that. Just the tip number 5, baby daddy is also part of the package deal. Unless baby daddy died, he's still in the picture, even if he isn't.
I wish I had known this about 20 years ago. I have heard, "You're not my daddy." I'm glad I moved on from both of them. I dated a single mum of 3. Next thing I knew, I'm babysitting her kids while she goes out with her friends, only to find out she's doing other guys as well. Glad I got out of that one. My first girlfriend was a single mum. It was 15 years ago. I even married her and went through a pretty bad divorce. I have not been able to recover from that knockout ever since. Dating a single mum is like coming to a party after it's over and still having to help clean up. This would be the dumbest thing a man could do. Marrying a divorced woman with kids. It's a lose-lose situation all the way around. Those all sounds valid and things to keep in mind before trying to be a hero to someone else's family. Unless you're a single father, then dating a single mother should not be your priority. With the amount of women that are out there in the world, you should be able to build your own family. You owe yourself that experience.
Literally, it's me leaving my house every morning to get me and my daughter to work and school. And you think I have time for you to complain about me not texting you back?
How do you date when you're a single mom with 2 kids that aren't in school yet and you have nobody to watch them? But you also don't want somebody you don't know that well yet to meet your kids. You see what my problem is?
Hey man, the next time you get ghosted, I want you to do something. Reach out to the woman who ghosted you and ask her why she stopped responding. Then I want you to ask for feedback, and you can do it like this. Hey, I'm just assuming that you didn't think we were a good fit. I'd love to know if there's anything that you think I could do better on my next date with someone else, so that I don't get ghosted or rejected again. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your honest feedback. This way, you're not going to make the same mistakes over again with someone else.
Absolutely not. You should never reach out to a woman that's ghosted you. It just means she wasn't interested enough, and she just wanted to get a free meal out of you. By ghosting, she's shown a lack of respect for your time and effort. Instead of wondering what went wrong or trying to win her back, it's important to realize that you're better off not investing in someone who doesn't see your worth. Your self-respect is valuable.
You know what it takes for a woman like me to go out on a date?
What it take?
I gotta get a babysitter for my kids.
Okay. Should I pay for that?
Yes.
I gotta pay for the kids that you made prior
Yes,
to
because
me.
guess what now? A part of me is my kids. I'm a business owner. I'm a mother. I'm holding down the household. That's why
and I shouldn't have to pay for your trying.
I'm not saying every day. I'm saying, okay.
No date.
A man that's for me, in my opinion, they know that, okay, she's a mother of 2. She's holding down a business. She's holding down a house. She's commuting from Jersey to New York. All right. How much is your babysitter? Oh, how much do you pay your aunt? Whatever the case is. Oh, I don't give her nothing.
9
you know
times
what?
out of 10, she's taking her to her mom's crib and pocketing the money.
If a certain type of man that knows what it takes for a woman to raise children, I'm gonna give you $50 to give to your aunt or something like that. I'm not saying like $100, $200.
This is why I don't date one with kids. I'm being honest with you.
Do you have children?
No, I don't.
And that's why, because a man that has or knows what it takes to date a woman that has children, they're gonna understand that.
I was a single father. No girl paid for my babysitter when she asked me on date. This is a reason some men stop trying completely. No one wants to be emotionally manipulated, so she expects you to raise another man's kids. Just to date her? Ladies, where is the upside for the man? Please explain. Women's mental gymnastics to make men okay with their bad decisions is amazing. The kind of man she's looking for is the kind of man that would never go for her. Expecting a man to pay for your babysitter on the first date is crazy. I really wonder where they get this entitled mindset from. And first of all, it's not his kids nor his responsibility to do you such a favor. She stated that she's a business owner. If that's the case, why can't she pay for her own babysitter? You made your bed, lady. Now sleep in it.
So the one thing I hate about my ex is what an amazing person he was to me. And let me tell you why. Because this man set the bar so damn high that now no matter who comes into my life, if they aren't a million times better than he was, they are just never going to be enough. Ever. I don't care who you are. If you aren't equal to what he was.
She's talking so highly about the guy, I started missing him myself. But madam, if your ex was really this amazing, then let's be honest. The problem wasn't him. It was you. You were the reason he walked away. These women don't realize what a good thing they have until it's too late. They get comfortable, take him for granted, and think he'll always be there. But once he's gone, they suddenly start singing his praises, wishing they had treated him better. The truth is, a good man won't stick around forever if he's being undervalued or disrespected. When he finally reaches his breaking point and leaves, that's when the regret sets in. But by then, it's too late. The damage is done and he's moved on to someone who actually appreciates him. It's a harsh lesson for these women. Losing a good man is a wake-up call they didn't see coming, and now they're left wishing they had made different choices.
If you're in your 30s, single, child-free, and you're sad because of it, I'm here to give you all the reasons why you need to only focus on the positive. I'm gonna slap some sense into you. Reason number 3. The ex can legit be left in the past. You're not married to this person. God forbid you have a child with this person. You literally can keep it pushing and go next. You're not stuck with a person that could potentially have trauma, gambling issues, be a fiend, addicted to something, and the worst, a broke-ass person. Being single means that you dodged all those bullets. So be appreciative of this moment in your life and keep it pushing and just go next.
Do you want to know another amazing thing about being in your 30s and child-free? Being able to just go out, carefree, with no worries in the world.
I truly believe that these women who claim that being single and child-free is the ultimate lifestyle are really just trying to recruit other women into their empty, shallow, vapid way of living. If you pay close attention, their pitch is always the same. Free time, traveling the world, and living without responsibilities. That's it. That's their entire selling point for why their lifestyle is so amazing. But what they don't talk about is the loneliness that often comes with it, or the lack of deeper fulfillment. Sure, they have the freedom to go wherever they want, whenever they want, but at what cost? They also don't share the time they're crying behind closed doors and feeling isolated. The reality is that the freedom they boast about often comes with a heavy price, one that isn't always visible on social media. They're selling an incomplete picture of what their lifestyle really entails. And they're not child-free by choice. They just missed that window in their prime, so they have to play along.
Happy Tuesday, y'all! So I'm not gonna lie, I have been lightweight struggling since last week when I discovered I was too old to donate my eggs.
You know, men who say, I'm not gonna date a woman with children, has already dated a woman with children. They just taking a break. Just say you're taking a break. Let's be real. Men will get up and talk all this noise online in the comments and be right out there in the club in somebody's face who got kids. Okay, so you know, they air their frustrations, but most of the time they will turn around and end up dating somebody with kids, marrying somebody with kids, All those men who lied and said that they will never date a woman with children end up dating a woman with children because the type of woman that they really want may end up having children already.
And they just, they're going to be like, okay, well. So, men always say what they won't do, but they end up doing it anyway. You can try, but you'll never escape.
You're confused sleeping with for dating. I see the confusion. Yeah, I'll rather die alone than to date a mum with kids. Speaking for myself, I wouldn't want to date a woman with a child from another relationship. I am willing to help raise our child, not his child. Don't confuse dating to smash with dating to marry.
Marriage scam is society telling you that men take care of women. Because they don't. They don't. And they don't protect you either.
We ask for equality, so naturally they're not obligated to do any of these things. And yet, men still do. A lot of things you use every day invented by a man. The house you live in, probably built by men. Majority of people working for power companies, plumbing, electrical, all those trade jobs, mostly men. So if that's not taking care of you, I don't know what is. And men still protect women on a constant basis. Have you seen a woman in a dangerous situation or in trouble, whether she's on the side of the road or whatnot? Who stops to help her? Men! And this is while we simultaneously live in a society where we give them absolutely no credit for anything, and we're constantly bringing them down. And they still do these things for us. And if that's not like a clear indication of a lot of men's natural nature, I don't know what is.
Being a single mom is honestly like a really hard place to be, because the second that somebody shows interest, one, I have trust issues, so you're lying. And then secondly, like my brain immediately is just like, why? I have nothing to offer you. Like my gas light is on, my change oil notification just came on. I'm fairly certain that my tag is expired. My toenail polish is grown out. My heels are crusty. I'm surviving off of my kids' leftover chicken nuggets and coffee from the day before. What about that is appealing to anybody ever? So I'll just be here dying alone.
Basically, what she's saying is that she's a red flag, and you should avoid her at all cost. But truthfully, single mothers wouldn't be having to worry about dying alone if they just date single fathers. And that's what's holding them back. What they're looking for is someone with a clean slate, so they can pick up where the last guy left off. The truth is, single fathers who are dealing with their own set of challenges can offer a level of understanding and empathy that someone without parenting experience might not. But that's not the route they're willing to go. If these women really seek happiness, they know where to go. They just think they deserve someone better when they themselves are single parents.
Out of control, because I've noticed that, like, especially boys, and which, boys are hard to control. Right. Anyway, right? Like, you buy a dad or not, you know what I mean? Like, that's like, I got 2 sons, but I have noticed that, like, boys raised by single moms usually don't know the word no. Like, they kind of run rampant, you know what I mean?
Really?
There's like, they don't have too many consequences, you know what I mean? Especially when it gets to a certain age where it's like their mom really can't even hit them anymore.
Why do you think that is?
I think, well, one, I think when they get old enough, it's like their mom literally can't physically do anything to them.
If we were to go on a first date, what would your expectation be going into it?
The mindset, like, what do you bring to the table? What do I bring to the table? How could I be a contribution to your life? How can you be a contribution to my life?
So you want to go deep. Let's lay out everything on the table right now.
X out of the small talk. I don't want good morning texts. I don't want you're beautiful. I get that. I want your mentality. I want how you think, how you feel. I want that.
Tell me if you want something serious, casual, long-term, short-term.
Second, third date, you should know if you want to go things further. And I set the standard. Like, by second and third date, you know if you want me, you know you want something serious. That's it.
As a mom, do you feel like you're in a space where you could just do stuff casually now and still get enjoyment from that? Or are you always looking for something serious?
I think that, like, I stayed away from casuality because I want to, like, experience something more serious and something more settled, because I'm getting older and I don't want to be out here just sharing myself with anybody. I don't want to do that.
I honestly like her response. This woman here is an example of when a single mother matures after roaming the streets when they're trying to date more seriously. But why wasn't this the initial thought before messing with multiple guys? And for some men, when they hear single mother, they're already making their way out the door because they don't want to deal with that. By the way, a woman who says I want something more serious now is a new way to say I have had too many casual hookups in my past. Now I am ready to settle down.
Hi, I'm a neighbor. I've been hearing some rumors.
I'm going to assume it's because I laid some pipe on some of the other women in the neighborhood. I'm not just a piece of meat that you could come here and think something's going to happen, okay? I'm a guy. I have feelings too.
I appreciate
you coming here, but I got to go.